What if I told you the Disney magical empire wasn't built on fairy dust, but on five absolutely massive gambles that could have destroyed the company forever? I'm talking about decisions so risky even Walt Disney's own team thought he'd lost his mind. Stick around because these stories will completely change how you see the Disney magic we all love today. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Smiling with Aaron D, where we start with love and end with kindness. Today, we're diving deep into Disney history to uncover the five creative gambles that transformed a small animation studio into the global phenomenon we know and love. And trust me, some of these decisions were so bold, they'll give you chills. Our first gamble takes us back to 1937. Walt Disney made a decision that Hollywood called Disney's Follies. He decided to create the very first full-length American animated feature film in color, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Here's the jaw-dropping part. Walt bet nearly 40% of the studio's entire yearly profits on this one project. The budget exploded from $150,000 to $1.5 million. That's like spending $30 million today. Industry experts were brutal. They said audiences would never sit through an 83-minute animation. Children would get restless, adults wouldn't even take it seriously. Walt's own wife, Lillian, begged him to reconsider. But Walt had a vision. He believed animation could tell emotional, sophisticated stories that would captivate audiences of all ages. The result, Snow White earned $8 million worldwide. That's $160 million in today's money. It proved animation wasn't just children's entertainment. It was legitimate art form. This single gamble established Disney as a serious player in Hollywood and funded the studio for years to come. Our second gamble actually came from one of Walt's biggest heartbreaks. In 1928, Universal Pictures stole Walt's first successful character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, and poached most of his animators. Walt was devastated, but instead of giving up, he made the decision that would change everything. On a train ride back from the crushing meeting, Walt and his partner, Ub Iwerks, sorry if I mispronounced his name, created a new character, a mouse they'd call Mickey. But here's the gamble. Instead of licensing Mickey to a studio, Walt decided Disney would own and control his character completely. This was revolutionary. Most animators worked for studios and had no ownership rights. Walt was betting his entire future on maintaining creative control. Mickey's debut in Steamboat Willie was the first cartoon with synchronized sound, and it was an instant sensation. This decision to maintain ownership became Disney's foundation. Every character, every story, every piece of magic that followed was built on the principle of creative control. If you're enjoying this video, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on more fun, and please give us a like. Fast forward to 1955, and Walt made perhaps his most audacious gamble yet, building Disneyland. And honey, nobody thought this would work. Walt cashed in his life insurance policy, sold his family home, and struck a deal with ABC Television to raise $11 to $20 million. Amusement parks were considered cheap, dirty places for working-class families. The idea of a clean, family-friendly theme park seemed impossible. Industry expert warned it would fail. They said Disneyland was too expensive, too ambitious, and located in the middle of the orange groves in Anaheim. Who would drive that far? Opening day was a disaster. The asphalt was so fresh that women's high heels sank into it. Plumbing problems meant Walt had to choose between drinking fountains or working toilets. He chose toilets. Food ran out, rides broke down, and counterfeit tickets caused massive overcrowding. But Walt's vision was bigger than one bad day. He believed in creating a place where families could experience magic together. Within 7 weeks, Disneyland welcomed its 1 millionth visitor. It became the template for every theme park that would follow and generated billions in revenue. Walt's impossible dream became the gold standard for family entertainment worldwide. In 1983, Disney was struggling financially, but they made another massive bet, launching the Disney Channel. This wasn't just about creating a television network. Disney invested approximately $100 million in the original content and $31 million in satellite capacity. Here's what made this so risky. Cable television was still new and unproven. When the original partner, Group W, pulled out, Disney had to shoulder 100% of the startup costs during one of the most challenging financial periods. Critics said families wouldn't pay extra for Disney content when they could watch Disney movies on regular TV or rent them on the new VHS format. But Disney understood something others didn't. Parents would pay premium prices for safe, quality content for their children. The Disney Channel achieved profitability within just 2 years and became a launching pad for countless stars and franchises that continue to generate billions today.
Remember, we do have memberships, so if you're enjoying our videos and you want to get an early peek at them, consider the memberships. All that information is in our post page, and as always, you can join the membership right down below any of our videos.
Our final gamble brings us to 2006, when Disney made their most expensive bet ever, acquiring Pixar for $7.4 billion. This wasn't just about buying a studio, it was about completely transforming Disney's approach to animation. The risk was enormous. Disney was essentially admitting that their traditional animation methods were outdated and that computer animation was the future. Many shareholders questioned spending such a massive amount on a company with only 7 films under its belt. But here's what made this brilliant. Disney wasn't just buying Pixar technology, they were buying creative genius. John Lasseter and the Pixar team brought their fresh storytelling approaches that revitalized Disney's entire animation division. The results speak for themselves. Pixar films have generated over $14 billion worldwide, and the creative collaboration has produced masterpieces like Frozen, Moana, and Encanto. This gamble didn't just save Disney animation, it launched them into a new golden age. Each of these decisions seemed impossible at the time, yet they've transformed Disney from a small studio into a global entertainment empire. Walt Disney once said, "It's kind of fun to do the impossible." And these 5 gambles prove that the creative risk backed up unwavering vision can indeed create magic. Which Walt Disney gamble surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you love Disney history deep dives like this, subscribe for more stories about the magic behind the magic. Remember to start with love and with kindness, and until next time, find a reason to smile today. See you real soon.